Hi, my Raveners. Today we are going to explore Berrington Hall. I've never been here before, but it looks cool, and as you can see there, this is the entrance part to get in, and then there is a big building and some grounds for us to go around. Now, I'm having a bit of a low day, that's why there's no makeup. I'm just simply dressed today, but we're not gonna just wallow in bed today. We are gonna get out and we're gonna go and have a look at this place. And I'm bringing you along with me, so let's go. Walking up, we've just checked in there. That's the arch we have to go through, and I just wanted to show you what we're looking at as we walk up. Look at that. That's beautiful, look. Beautiful flowers. Little plants, but isn't that awesome? Look at that. That's beautiful. Let's see what we can do and see what we can film. The back of the house we're going to go into in a minute. View through this arch. Goes for miles and miles. Look what I found. Another one of those clocks. Well, I don't think the eyes move. The beautiful wooden pattern. It's very similar. Very similar. And then here's some portraits. That's beautiful. That. Beautiful books. English, look at the world. Very pretty. Now the family sport horses and horses, more horses. Berrington had a long connection with horses. In fact, when the house was built in 1783, the stable block was as large as the courtyard. There you go. And that's right outside the place that we're in now, look. And the little jacket they would wear. Look at this mirror. Little, very long mirror. Let's go into the next room. In the next room, beautiful dress. Look at these pillars. Marble detail. Look at them. Look at this. Very pretty. Love the detail. The China tea set. Pictures. Look how detailed this is. Old photos, little portraits, and I love this statue of this bird. It's very unusual, but very cool. And we have another one. These beautifully, I'd say painted ones. And we have the fireplace, beautiful desk. Look at that. Look at the detail. The wood. But the pillars, like I said before. Let's go into the next room. Look at these old. Look at this.
They would be shocked to see us in trousers. What? And all handmade? Handmade things? Yes. Yeah.
beautiful curtains, look. Detail on the ceiling. Wow. This has taken a really long time. Very pretty. They used to wear. Beautiful fireplace. It's an amazing piano. Very pretty. My sister used to play the piano. I did briefly a long time ago. And a beautiful clock. And a chest of drawers. These beautiful curtains again. There's just a lot of detail in this room. A lot of detail in this room. Let's move to the next room. Okay, wow. Wow. Look at that portrait. I think it's material. Yeah, it's fabric. Look at that. Look at the engraved shields, I would say. And the little squares. And how it's all framed around the door. And this must have been a center door. This must have been a center door to come into this room. Look at the tiles on the floor. And then the big doors out to the courtyard. And then another one right there. Wow. And the ceiling all framed around the light. I do like how they've framed the doors there. Statue. This room is very pretty. Let's move on to the next room. What's this to read? This must be Thomas Harley. What he used to wear, look. This is another one of those beautiful rooms. The beautiful frames and sculpted, etched in frames with gold trims. You know, these beautiful little portraits that have been etched in here. I don't think they're portraits of anybody particular, but they're sort of a symbol. And all the gold trim. We've got more gold trim here. Just the detail in how they've carved it is amazing. And I have to admit, back in the day, they had beautiful fireplaces. They don't make places like they used to. They really don't. Look at this. This is a painting. You have the lions. Very detailed clock. More of that detailed gold trim. And another one of these big mirrors. Hi guys. Long big mirrors. Beautiful. With, like in the other video I did the other day, this beautiful marble. This is a drawing of the south view of Sherborne Castle in the country of Dorset. Very cool, very detailed. There's a lot of boat paintings, ship paintings in this room. I'll show you all of them, but this one is the situation of Sandwich when attacked by the French admiral and his second, whom they defeated 17th of April 1780. And another picture up there of the ships and this beautiful fireplace. Again, a lot of detail. Lots of detail. And then we have this ship painting of a battle. And this is the engagement on the 12th of April 1782 with de Ville de Paris striking the sunset. Dining table, all set up how it was in the day. These beautiful long curtains, and I didn't realise a mural. I think it might be a mural on the ceiling. Very, very pretty. This room is very detailed, and I have decided to call it the ship room, the dining ship room. The third ship painting. It says the Spanish ship of St. Domingo blown up during the actions with the Spanish fleet off St. Vince, 26th of January 1780. And then we're on to our last ship painting, but I don't know if I'll be able to read it even with my glasses. Engagement, the 17th of April. Yeah, unfortunately I can't read it. Beautiful. Very, very pretty room, but let's move on to the next room. Look at this tapestry. We are currently in the hall. Look at this. Look at this. It's a very grand hallway.
Yeah. And also in the Second World War there was a ship called the Rock, which was sunk by the Germans.
This is a very important glimpse to how the women dressed. I'll explain to you now. This measures up recreation of Vinnie Crawler's court gown by the volunteers sewing team. This has been a fascinating glimpse into the world's court dressmaking appearance. The dress rules of the time were detailed and very specific. Ladies were required to wear long gloves, headdress, feather plumes, 3 plumes for married ladies, 2 for unmarried, positioned on the left side of their head, and gowns with a train measuring no less than 3 yards in length and 74 inches across the base. And that is why this is significant, because this is how the women dressed, using the feathers, the plum feathers, to say whether they are married. It's either they're unmarried or they are married by 2 or 3 feathers. This beautiful staircase. Here we go. Very pretty. You got the mural tapestry, but that's not the thing that I'm most interested about, as you'll see as we go up the stairs. That is what I'm interested in. This is what I'm interested in. Look at the pillars, look at the marble, just look at every detail. This is completely different how it was downstairs. Wow. This is how you'd walk up. What a grand floor to be entering. This amazing dress, which is the main gem of this place, or at least one of them, Court Manchuno, probably dates from the 1760s. The dress belonged to Anne Harley, wife of Thomas Harley. The fabric is cream ribbon silk, brocade with coloured silk and gold thread woven through it. The cloth was either woven in Spitalfields, England, or Leighton, France. When bought at auction in 2019, the garment was in 10 pieces and was missing part of its left sleeve and stomacher. New technology has enabled us to digitally produce an image of fabric which has been used in place of the absent sleeve. The manualer has reconstructed its suit at Burton Hall during 2018. Now, I know that was long, but trust me, he needed to know that information because this is the dress. This is the dress. This is beautiful. That's the front. Wow. The flowers, the gold, coloured fabric, everything is very detailed and would have taken a very long time to make back in the day, and especially to repair now. And the man would wear, but yeah, this is a beauty. We're going to go into the next room now, but this is stunning. Before we go into the next room, I just wanted to show you it whilst we are on the floor of these pillars. Very pretty. And I nearly missed it. Look at that. It's a very pretty corridor to enter these rooms. Very pretty. Love the pillars. Very gorgeous. Taken a lot of time and a lot of work, but they've made something absolutely stunning and amazing and irreplaceable. The information room, and as we're going on about the dress, look, this shows how they put it back together and recreated it. The woman's silk fabric is found to be in superb condition, so the mantuna can be resembled. It is very slow, painstaking work. What to do about a missing left sleeve and stomacher? See, like I said, it would have taken a very, very long time. Conservator Miller carefully reassembled a sleeve ruffle. The bodice gains a modern photo printed fabric left sleeve, and over 2.5 mil of petticoat fabric taking up a lot of the table space. They did an amazing work with that dress, and they should be very proud. There's obviously the framework that would go under one of their beautiful dresses. They're in a dress that was as wide as possible to show off the most expensive fabric you could afford, desperately hoping all your dresses were wider than everyone else's so you could win the show-off status game at court, all the while hoping you don't fall over on your own feet as you curtsy backing out of the room.
Hang on, I'm tagging.
Oh,
I'm tagging.
hang on, this one's really good.
Is it?
Yeah, Captain.
We go down to the basement. Look how far down we have to go. Yeah. Really not that far at all. The butcher's pantry. First room. It is so eerily quiet. So eerily quiet. Listen. It's kind of got the vibe of being a little bit creepy, but I don't know why. It's a cool room. We have the last room in the entire house. And we cannot get a tea today because the coffee room is closed. It's very cool. I like the little thing on the dress there. Very cool. Little jars of chalk, honey, so all the little ingredients they've put in. Oh, isn't that pretty? A little chair with some nuts and a cup of tea next to a beautiful fireplace. Put some logs in. And that, I'm assuming, would be the taps and the sinks, but obviously it's closed off. And there's all the I'm assuming food, maybe soaps, maybe lard actually. Very, very cool. We are now going to make our way outside into the courtyard, where I showed you that pretty view. Look. See? We're full circle. Walled Gardens. Haven't we heard that name before? Wasn't it when I went to Croft Castle? The bit by the pond was called Walled Gardens. Pretty sure it was. So we have a walk around the entire place. But I think we're gonna walk this way for now and see where it goes. So happens that I've gone the outside way, and even though this is beautiful, this isn't the gardens. So I've got to walk all the way around to come back in to then do the gardens. Well, you know what they say. It's always an adventure, isn't it? So I'll be there in a bit the back way, but that's fine. There's still some pretty stuff to see. I am loving these archways. And there's a sundial. Obviously it isn't really working currently at the moment. Oh no, he's opening it. Thought I'd not lock the door. Look, it's a sundial. Obviously not going to be working right now because we don't really have any sun, but look at that. Might be lost. Taken one right turning, taken one left turning. Yes, we're here, which is beautiful, but we're still no closer to the gardens because I decided to go the wrong way. I suppose extra steps in. I am in the midst of trying to lose weight again and not doing too bad so far. It's another dead end. Hang on. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know where I'm going. Oh hell no. That was like an industrial site thing. I honestly think I've completely lost. I'm literally the only person out here. Shit. There is no one to ask for help. See? When you go to these places, I apologise, Carol's wobbly. It does not stop motion. It doesn't have shock. I know what I mean. Motion shock absorption. So that's next year's project, is to get some equipment that stops the whole shaky. I literally have no idea where I am. 0. Give me a second. And I finally found the gate. Finally. It's very heavy. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. This is it. And the only other thing is physically going into these fields, but there isn't really anything else in there, and I don't know how far to go. I don't want to walk too far. And then, you know, it closes. But it's very pretty. And it's very peaceful. And I'm going to start walking back to the car now. That ends my video for today, my Raveners. I really enjoyed going. I was heavenly surprised by the hall and the corridors and the pillars and the marble and just the sheer detail of the entire building. Like, I've never, ever been into a place that has marble pillars and such a grand hallway to corridor. Never. I also love the fact that you got to try on some of the old-fashioned clothes. It wasn't terrible. I didn't look terrible wearing it, but I can guarantee back in the day, regardless of wearing a nice dress, yeah, I don't think people would have liked me that much because of my face tattoos. But yeah, generally going to Berrington Hall, I would highly suggest going. And if you like videos like this, subscribe and maybe go down below and watch some of my other video content if you're interested. Remember, I love you. You're amazing. You're wonderful. Never stop being you, my Raveners. And I'll see you next video. Bye!